Hi everyone, welcome to 365. Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Donna. I'm going to be your instructor today. We have a wonderful mat Pilates flow. All you're going to need is a ring and some weights, which are optional, and a band. We're going to go ahead and get started lying down on our backs. And you can just place the ring off to the side where it's easily accessible. And extend your legs out long in front of you on your mat. Let your hands rest on your ribs. And begin by taking a big inhale through your nose. And a big exhale like you're blowing air out of a straw. Inhale nice and deep. Exhale, push all of the air out. Inhale, feeling your fingers separate as you breathe into your ribs and your side body. And exhale, feeling your ribs knit together, pulling your belly button to spine. Inhale, feeling your belly rise. And exhale, feeling your side body get smaller. 3 more breaths just like that. Deep breath in through the nose. Forceful breath out through the mouth. Last 2, big inhale. And big exhale. Last 1, your biggest breath in. And your biggest breath out. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Extend your legs out long, full body stretch. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Arch your back, lift it up off the mat. And exhale, hug your right knee into your chest. Give it a tight squeeze. Use your left hand to pull your right knee across your body. Gaze opens out over the right shoulder. Right arm opens up to the side. Enjoying the stretch here for 3. For 2. On 1 exhale, lift your right leg back up through center. Extend your right leg up to the ceiling. And then go ahead and grab your ring and place the sole of your right foot to the inside of your ring. You're going to have the ring in your right hand. Left palm is coming down to the mat. Open your right leg out to the right. And then pull your leg toward your ears. You don't want to just let your leg hang heavy. If you need to, you can use your left palm to press into your hip to keep it down on the mat. We're holding here for 3. For 2. On 1, use your breath. Exhale, lift your leg back up through center. And then a very slight cross. So your leg, your foot, English, is going to be in line with your left shoulder. We're not just dropping it all the way over to the side. Very small cross, and then you're pulling down. And you'll feel the stretch all through the back side of your right leg and your IT band. Holding here for 3. For 2. On 1, exhale, lift your leg back up through center. Both hands are on the ring. Bend your elbows, float your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Pull your right leg down toward your face. Enjoy the stretch. For 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Release the ring and switch sides. Exhale, hug your left knee into your chest. Give it a tight squeeze. Place the ring down on the mat. And then use your right hand to pull your left leg across your body. Gaze opens out over your left shoulder. Left arm opens up. Holding here for 3. For 2. On 1, exhale, lift your leg back up through center. Go ahead and grab the ring. The sole of your left foot comes to the inside of the ring. Left hand is on the ring. Right palm is down on the mat. We pull our left foot toward our left ear and over to the left side, holding for 3. Using your right hand to hold your hip down on the mat for 2. Last 1, exhale, lift your leg back up through center, and then small cross over to the right side so your left foot is in line with your right shoulder. Holding here for 3. For 2. On 1, exhale, lift your leg back up through center, both hands on the ring, bend the elbows, float the head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Hold the stretch. For 1 deep breath in, deep breath out. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down onto the mat. Place the ring off to the side. Hug both knees in toward your chest. Hands go on either one of your knees. Begin to draw circles with your knees going away from each other. For 5, for 4, last 3, last 2. On 1, reverse the direction. For 5, for 4, last 3, last 2, last 1. Go ahead and extend both legs out long onto the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, full body stretch. Exhale, lift your arms up above your chest, tuck your chin to your chest, and slowly peel yourselves all the way up off the mat. Inhale, find a tall spine, and then exhale, forward fold over your legs. Inhale to lengthen your spine, and exhale, maybe you fold a little bit deeper. Then you're going to roll up and stack your spine all the way up. Arms are going to open out to a T, and then your legs are going to open so that they're mat's width distance. You're going to twist over so that your torso is facing the left side, and then reach with your right hand to the outside of your left foot. Come back up through center, twist over to the right, reach your left hand to the outside of your right foot, twist and come back up through center, and then twist over to the left. Come back up through center, twist right, up through center, twist left. One more each side. Land on the right and hold. Grab the pinky toe side of your right foot with your left hand, and then you're going to press into your palm and float the leg up, reaching back with your right hand. Gaze is over your right arm, and you're pulling your leg up, enjoying the stretch. For 3, for 2, on 1, you're going to slowly lower all the way back down to the mat with control. Come back through where you started, so you do the reach. Come back up through center, twist over to the left, reach to the outside of your left foot with your right hand. Right hand grabs the pinky toe side of your left foot, press into your palm, and lift up. Gaze goes over your left arm, holding here. For 3, for 2, on 1, we slowly lower it all the way back down. Make sure we do the reach. Come back up through center. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, close the legs, squeeze them together. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under and slowly lower it all the way back down. Go ahead and grab your ring. Both arms reach up over your head. We're squeezing the ring just slightly. You're going to exhale, lift your arms up above your chest, tuck your chin to your chest, and slowly peel yourselves up off the mat. 1 vertebrae at a time, rolling all the way up to the top. Inhale, find your tall spine, and exhale, forward fold over your legs. 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Stack it all the way back up. Tall spine, arms come to shoulder height. Tuck your tailbone under and lower it all the way back down. That's the only slow one we're going to do. So you're going to take an inhale. This time you're not pausing in the middle, so your spine is going to stay curved. You're going to dive it straight through. Reach for your toes, but don't touch them, and roll it all the way back down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, dive it forward, and roll it all the way back down. Inhale, exhale, we lift, reach, and roll it down, making sure we're articulating through the spine. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward. Lower it down. We're squeezing the ring. Inhale, exhale, lift for 3. And lower. Inhale, exhale, lift for 2. And lower. Inhale, exhale, lift for 1. Lower it all the way back down. The ring is going to come up above your chest. You're going to bend your knees and plant your feet on the mat. Make sure that your feet are hips width distance. You're going to exhale, crunch your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Lower your arms. Inhale, lower it down. Exhale, we crunch it up. Inhale, we lower. Exhale, lift. We're squeezing the ring. Inhale, lower. You're trying to get both shoulder blades up off the mat. So if you're just lifting the top of your shoulders, see if you can lift up another inch. Inhale, lower. Make sure you're lifting from your shoulders and your core and not from your neck. So your neck should not be moving at all. Exhale, lift for 3. Exhale, lift for 2. Exhale, lift for 1. Lower and we add on. Your legs lift to tabletop. You're going to exhale, crunch your head, neck, and shoulders up. Extend both legs forward. Bend both knees in. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Exhale, crunch it up. Extend both legs forward. Bend both knees in. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Exhale, extend it forward. And bend it in and lower. Exhale, extend both legs forward. And bend it in and lower. Exhale for 5. Bend it in and lower. Exhale for 4. Bend it in and lower. Exhale, lift for 3. Bend it in and lower. We're getting those shoulder blades up off the mat for 2. Bend it in and lower. Exhale, lift for 1. Bend it in and lower. The ring is going to come to your right knee and on your right palm, and you're going to press into the ring with your right palm. Left arm is extended up toward the ceiling. Exhale, crunch your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Inhale, extend your left leg forward. Reach your left arm up overhead. Exhale, bend it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend it in. Make sure you're pressing into that ring. You'll feel it in your core. Exhale, bend it in. This is not easy, even though we're moving nice and slow. Exhale, bend it in. Inhale, reach for 5. Exhale, bend it in. And I want you to check in with your right leg. Make sure that it's at a 90-degree angle. So you're not just letting your foot drop. It's staying at that 90-degree angle. We're here for 2. Last 1. Bend it in. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Extend both legs up to the ceiling. The ring is going to go to the sole of your right foot. You're going to exhale. Bend your elbows, float your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. I want you to see if you can lift yourselves up another inch. Pull up with your elbows and use your core to stay lifted. Your legs stay straight. Left leg is going to point and lower to hover an inch off the mat. And then exhale, flex and lift it right back up. Inhale, point and lower. Exhale, flex and lift. Keeping your shoulder blades up off the mat. If you notice your upper body lowering, pull yourselves up another inch. We're here for 5 more. Inhale, point and lower. Exhale, flex and lift. Inhale, point and lower for 4. Exhale, flex and lift. Inhale, point and lower for 3. Exhale, flex and lift. Inhale, point and lower for 2. Lift another inch if you've gone low. Exhale, flex and lift. Inhale, point and lower for 1. Exhale, flex and lift. Remove the ring from your right foot. Laissez, send it up. Ring comes in both hands. We're going to crunch and twist over to the right. Lower the left leg. Come back through center. Exhale, crunch over to the right. Lower the left leg. Left leg stays straight. Come back through center. Right leg is staying exactly where it is. We twist and come back through center. You're trying to get your left shoulder blades up off the mat and making sure that we have tension in the ring. We're squeezing into it as we twist and crunch over to the right and come back through center. We're here for 4 and through center. We're here for 3 and through center. You're here for 2 and come back through center. Last 1. Hold it here. You're going to pulse the crunch for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay here on 1. Tiny circles with the left leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay here on 1. Reverse the circles for 10, 9. Your left shoulder blade is up off the mat for 8, 7. Both arms are off the mat for 5, 4, 3. Stay here on 1. Squeeze the ring for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees lower all the way back down. We have all of that over to the other side. You can windshield wiper your legs to release your low back. We're lifting both legs to tabletop. We're starting from the dead bugs. The ring is going to come to your left knee and your left palm is on the ring. Right arm is extended up to the ceiling. Right leg, or exhale, you're going to crunch your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Inhale, extend your right leg forward. Extend your right arm up overhead. Exhale, bend everything back in through center. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, bend it in. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't speak today. Exhale, bend it in. Inhale, extend. Make sure you're pressing into the ring. Bend it in. We're here for 4. Head, neck, and shoulders are lifted. You're here for 3. Exhale, bend it in. You're here for 2. Exhale, bend it in. Last 1. Exhale, bend it in. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Extend both legs up to the ceiling. The ring goes to the sole of your left foot. You're going to exhale, bend your elbows, crunch your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Remember, your shoulder blades are lifted. See if you can lift yourself up another inch. And then inhale, point and lower your right leg to hover. Exhale, flex and lift it right back up. Inhale, point and lower. Exhale, flex and lift it right back up. Inhale, point and lower. Exhale, flex and lift. Make sure your upper body is still lifted. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower for 5. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower for 4. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower for 3. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower for 2. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower for 1. Exhale, lift. Release the ring from the sole of your foot. The ring comes in between your palms. Both hands are on the ring. You're going to exhale, crunch over to the left. Lower your right leg. Inhale, come back through center. Head, neck, and shoulders stay lifted. Exhale, crunch over to the left. You're trying to get your right shoulder blade up off the mat. Inhale, come back up through center. We lower. Exhale, come back up through center. Crunch and lower. Exhale, come back up through center, and you're pressing into that ring. It's really going to help you feel your core and engage it more. We're only here for 4. Exhale, lift. You're here for 3. Exhale, lift. You're here for 2. Exhale, lift. Last 1. Hold it here. We're pulsing the crunch for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay here on 1. Tiny circles with the right leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're staying here on 1. Reverse the circles for 10, 9. We're almost done. 8, 7, 6. Slow. 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay here on 1. Squeeze the ring. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, lower your head, neck, and shoulders down to the mat. Oh, that one always is so painful. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, hug your knees into your chest. All right, you can draw hip circles with your knees, release your back if you need to. We're staying down on our backs. You're gonna need your band just above your knees. And then the weights are gonna go in your hands. And I want you to have your ring on the left side of your mat so it's easily accessible. Weights are in hand. I'm just using my ankle weights and putting them on my hands. I can only do the 1 pound today. Elbows are hugged in at your sides. Arms are at a 90-degree angle. So my palms are facing each other. My feet are parallel. Toes are pointing forward. So they're not rotated in or out. They're parallel with the sides of my mat. And you want to make sure you have a little bit of tension in the band so your knees are pressed out. You're not letting them touch. We're going to exhale, tuck our tailbone under, roll all the way up to the top of our bridge. Press our arms up above our chest. Make sure that your ribs are not flared out. We're in a Pilates bridge, not a yoga one. So if your ribs are flared, think about pushing all of the air out and tilting your pelvis under, squeezing your glutes so that if I put a marble at the base of your body, it would roll all the way down toward your chest. And then we tuck and lower all the way back down and release. We tuck and press all the way up to the top and then lower it all the way back down. Roll all the way up to the top and lower it all the way back down. Roll and lift for 5 and lower it all the way back down. Make sure you're squeezing your glutes up at the top for 4 and lower it all the way back down. Roll and lift for 3 and lower it all the way back down. Lift for 2 and lower it all the way back down. Last one, lift and hold. We're gonna add on. Now you're gonna lift your right leg to tabletop, bend your elbows so that your hands come toward your face, extend your arms, a little skull crusher, and then lower your foot back down to the mat, and then lower your hips. So you press up, lift up, right leg to tabletop, bend the elbows, extend the elbows, foot comes down, lower it down. So you press and lift, skull crusher, leg lifts to tabletop, extend, lower the foot, lower the hips, lower the elbows. Press and lift, bend, extend, lower it down. Press and lift, make sure your ribs are still not flaring, and lower it down. Press and lift for 4, bend, extend, lower it down. Be mindful of where you place your right foot. When you lower it back down, you want to make sure that it's still parallel with your left and that you still have a little bit of tension in the band, so you're not just placing it right down next to your left foot. There's a little bit of space. Last 2, bend, extend, lower it down. Last 1, bend, extend, and hold. Your arms are up to the ceiling. Your right leg is in tabletop. We're tapping our hips down. Press into your left foot, lift them right back up. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Really press into the heel of your left foot. Squeeze your glute up at the top to get your hips lifted. We lift for 4. Lift for 3. Squeeze and lift for 2. Hold it up on 1. You're going to extend both arms up overhead. Extend your right leg straight. Bend your right knee in. Stack your arms up above your chest. Extend everything out. Bend everything back in through center. We extend and bend it in. Check in and make sure your ribs are not flared. Extend and bend. Press into your left foot. Can you lift your hips up another inch without flaring your ribs? We're here for 3. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend for 2. Last 1. Bend it in and hold. Extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Point and lower your right leg to hover. Exhale, flex and lift it right back up. Inhale, point and lower. Exhale, flex and lift. Press into your left foot. Lift your hips. Exhale, flex and lift. We're here for 4. Exhale, lift. For 3. Exhale, lift. For 2. Exhale, lift. Last 1, lift and hold. Pulse your hips up for 10. 9, I know it burns. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your hips all the way back down. Go ahead and flip over. Get rid of the weights. You're going to meet me on your left side. Left forearm is down on the mat. Knees are stacked on top of each other. And the ring is going to come just in front of your chest. We're going to make sure it's not too far away from you. It should be just in front of your chest. Right hand is on the ring. Knees are stacked. We're pressing into the ring, keeping your toes connected. You're going to lift your right knee up and lower it down. Press into the ring, open out like a little clamshell, and lower it down. With your side body, I really want you to make sure that you're not sinking down into your shoulder. So with the side of your body, instead of forming a sad face and drooping down, I want you to think about having a rainbow. So your core is engaged and actively lifting. We're pressing and opening and lower and close. Press and open for 5 and lower. Press and open for 4. Press and open for 3. Press and open for 2. Press and open for 1, and we add on. Press and open and lift your hips up at the same time. Think about driving your hips forward and then lower your hips, release the ring, close your knees. Press into the ring, lift your hips, press into the band with your top knee and lower it down. Press and lift. And lower it down. Press and lift for 5. Inhale, lower. Exhale as you lift for 4. Inhale, lower. Really try not to rush this movement. You press and lift for 3. Inhale, lower. Press and lift for 2. Inhale, lower. Press and lift for 1 and hold. Extend your right leg straight. Bend your right knee. Extend and bend. So your entire body is still. The only thing that's moving is your right leg at the knee. Extend, bend for 5, for 4, for 3, last 2. Hold it out on 1. Tap your right toes down. Exhale, press into the band and lift. Inhale, lower. Maybe you press into the ring as you lift. Inhale, lower. Press and lift. We're here for 5. If you need to tap your hips down and then come back into it, you can. If your hip is lowered, make sure that you're forming that rainbow and not the sad face. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it here. You're going to lower your left hip down to the mat. Roll back onto your glute. And then extend your left leg straight to meet your right. Your right leg stays straight. Reach to the outside of your left foot with the ring. Bend your left knee. Plant your left knee down onto the mat. Plant the ring down onto the mat. Press into the ring. Lift your hips up. So right leg stays completely still. It stays straight the whole time. We lower our left hip down. Roll back onto your left glute. Extend your left leg straight. Reach to the outside of your left foot. Ring comes down. We bend our knee. Press and lift up. Roll it back, lower your hips down, squeeze your legs together, reach to the outside, and we roll it forward. We have 4 more of these. We roll it back, reach to the outside of our left leg, roll it forward, press into the ring, lift up. We have 3. Make sure that when you roll back, you're still not sinking down into your shoulder. So you should be pressing into your elbow to keep lifted. So I'm not down here, I'm lifted up here, and you're using your core also to keep your chest lifted. Last 3, roll it forward. This might be 2. I might have thrown an extra one in there. Sorry, guys. Press and lift. Last 2, roll it forward. Press and lift. Last 1, and we're gonna hold it here with both legs lifted. The ring is gonna go over both legs and then around your knees. You're gonna press into the ring, which means you're also pressing into the band. You don't wanna lose the ring. Right hand comes behind your head. We're gonna roll it forward. So you're finding your side position here. Make sure we're lifted and then roll it back, lift both legs up. My ring isn't in a good spot. If you need to, you can have both knees bent. You're gonna roll it forward and then roll it back. Honestly, I think I'm gonna keep my knees bent. We roll it forward onto our side and roll it back, and we're pressing into the ring. Roll forward and roll back, and make sure we're not sinking down into our elbow. So I'm pressing into my elbow, lifting out of my shoulder. If your legs are straight, we're rolling forward and rolling back. Roll forward for 3 and lift. Roll forward for 2 and lift. Last 1, lift and hold. Pulse your legs, pulse your upper body in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, lower it all the way back down. Go ahead and remove the ring. Lay back down onto your back, hug both knees into your chest, give them a tight squeeze. Take a sip of water, whatever you need. I'm gonna flip around so that my back is not facing you guys when I turn over, but we have all of that over to the other side. So the ring is gonna be to your right. We're laying down on our backs. Feet are parallel with the sides of our mats, toes are pointing forward, knees pressed into the band just slightly. We have the weights in our hands. Gotta remember which side I already did because I flipped around and now, okay, yeah. So elbows are hugged in at our sides, arms at a 90-degree angle. We're gonna press and roll all the way up to the top of your bridge. Arms press up above your chest and lower it all the way back down. Press and roll all the way up to the top and lower it all the way back down. Make sure you're squeezing your glutes up at the top, lifting your hips but not flaring your ribs, and lowering it all the way back down. We press and lift for 3 and lower. Press and lift for 2 and lower. Press and lift for 1. Hold it at the top. We're bending the elbows, lifting the left leg to tabletop. Extend the elbows, lower the left foot down, and lower the hips, bend the elbows. Press up, lift up, bend, extend, and lower. Checking in with our ribs, they're still not flared. We bend it in, extend, and lower it down. Press and lift, squeeze the right glute, bend, extend, and lower it down. Press and lift. Make sure that when you plant your left foot down, it's going right back where it started and it's not lowering down right next to your right foot. Press and lift, bend it in, extend, lower. We're here for 3. Lift, bend, extend, lower. Lift for 2, bend, extend, lower. Make sure you're doing the full tricep extension so you're really bending and then extending your arms all the way and then lowering it back down. Lift for 1, bend and hold. Arms extend up over your chest. We're going to tap our hips down to the mat and lift them right back up. Tap and lift. Left leg is in tabletop. Tap and lift. You're pressing into the heel of your right foot to get your hips lifted. We're here for 4 more. Exhale as you lift for 3. Exhale, lift for 2. Exhale, lift for 1 and hold. Extend both arms up overhead. Extend your left leg straight. Bend your left knee in. Bend your arms in. Arms stack over your chest. Extend everything out. Exhale, bend everything back in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend it in and press into your right heel. Lift your hips up another inch. Check in with your ribs. Make sure they're still not flaring. I know I've said it a million times, but it happens so easily. So we want to make sure we keep the right form. We're here for 3. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend it in. For 2. Exhale, bend it in. Last 1. Exhale, bend it in and hold. Extend your left leg up to the ceiling. Point and lower your left leg to hover. Exhale, flex and lift your right back up. This is when it starts to really burn. Exhale, flex and lift, point and lower for 7. Exhale, flex and lift, press into your right heel, keep your legs lifted. Exhale, lift. Last 5. Exhale, lift for 4. Exhale, lift for 3. Exhale, lift for 2. Exhale, lift. Last 1. Lift and hold. Pulse it up. 10, 9. We can do anything for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I did not even lower down with control. Sorry, guys. I flopped there. All right. We're moving right along. Go ahead and get rid of those weights. Flip it over. So you're on your right side. Right forearm is down on the mat. Knees are stacked on top of each other. The ring is going to come just in front of your chest. We're going to press into the ring, press into the band with our left leg, and lower. Press and close. And remember that our feet are staying together, so we're pressing our knee back and lowering it down. Press for 6. Press for 5. Press for 4. Check in with your side body. Make sure that you have a rainbow and not a sad face. For 3. I feel like a preschool teacher when I say that, but I feel like it's like the best analogy. For 2. On 1, we're adding on. You're pressing into the ring. Press your hips forward. Press into the band with your knee and lower it down. Press and lift and lower it down. Press and lift and lower. We lift for 5. Press and lift for 4. Press and lift for 3. Press and lift for 2. Press and lift for 1 and hold. Extend your left leg straight. Bend your left knee. Extend and bend. The rest of your body is completely still. Extend and bend. We're here for 5. For 4, use your breath. For 3, if you need to tap your hips and come back to it, do it. Last 2, hold it out on 1. We tap our left toes down. Exhale, lift them right back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Remember, if your hips are down, we have a rainbow and not a sad face. We're only here for 4. We're here for 3. Maybe you press into the ring as you lift your leg. For 2, press and lift for 1 and hold. Lower your right hip down to the mat. Roll back onto your right glute. Left leg stays completely straight. Right leg is going to extend to meet your left. Reach to the outside of your right leg with your ring. Make sure that you're not sinking down into your shoulder. You're lifted and reaching. And then you're going to bend your right knee. Lower your knee to the mat. Shift it over. Press and lift your hips up. We lower our hip down to the mat. Roll it back. Reach to the outside of our right foot. Bend your right knee. Ring comes down. Press and find the modified side plank. We roll it back. Reach. Roll it forward. Lift. Roll it back. Reach. Roll it forward. Lift. Make sure when we're rolling it back, you're reaching and lifting up through your shoulder. You're not sinking back. We're only here for 3 more. Roll it back. Left leg is staying completely straight. If you need to, you can bend your left knee. You can also keep your left foot down until you roll back. So your foot would come down to help you lift up in that modified side plank. Last one, we're holding it here. The ring is going to come over our feet, around our legs. Sorry guys, I just choked a little. Your hand is going to come to the back of your head. We're rolling forward and rolling back. This is where it gets really painful. You can bend your knees. We roll forward and roll it back. Remember, we're pressing into our elbow, so we're not sinking down into our shoulder. And we pull it in. If your knees are bent, make sure your legs are at a 90-degree angle. Roll it forward and bend it in. And you're pressing into that ring, which is extra hard because we have the band. Roll it forward and bend it in. We're here for 4. And roll it back. You're here for 3. And roll it back. You're here for 2. Roll it back. Last one. Roll it back. If your legs were bent, extend them. Pulse it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees. Go ahead and remove the ring and flip it over to a well-deserved closed-kneed child's pose. All right, at this point, I feel like my glutes and my legs are on fire, so we're gonna do a little bit of arms and then we're done. The ring is gonna come underneath your chest, right at the center. Your palms are gonna be down on the mat. Notice how my butt is sticking up in the air. I want you to walk your knees back. If you're gonna be on your knees, make sure that your butt is down. So I'm not pressed back, my weight is shifted forward, my butt is down. Or you can pop up onto your feet. I promise the ring helps a lot, so challenge yourselves. You can always drop your knees if you need to. We're gonna hug our elbows, lower, and press right back up and lift. Bend your elbows in, hug them at your sides, and press right back up and lift. Lower, press and lift. We're only here for 5 more. Press and lift. Butt is low, whether you're on your knees or on your feet. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Knees come down, press it back. We only have 1 more round of that, and then we're done for the day. Take 1 deep breath in. Deep breath out. Shift it forward. Ring comes back to our chest. Palms are down on the mat. Step your feet out or walk your knees back. We shift our weight forward, lower, and lift. Hugging the elbows in, lower, and lift. We're here for 7, for 6. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift for 5. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift for 4. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift for 3. Butt is low. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift for 2. Core is engaged. We're not arching. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift for 1. Knees come down. Remove the ring. Press it all the way back. And when you're ready, roll it all the way up to a tall seat. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, right palm down, left arm reaches up and over. Gaze goes under your left shoulder. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lean. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lean. One more each side. Lift through center. Lower down to the right. Lift through center. Lower down to the left. Come back up through center. Interlace your fingers. Flip your palms and round your spine so you separate your shoulder blades nice and wide. And then sit back up nice and tall. Arms reach up overhead. Maybe you have a slight bend in your back. We round and reach it all the way back up. Last 2, round and reach it up. Last 1, round and reach it all the way back up. Go ahead and release. Take anything else that you might need to. That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.